And we're off. Welcome to the Jesters match. Let me get that fixed. Today we got Michelle Nevel versus Kenny E. I'm going to stick with that. Kenny won last week. I don't know if Michelle has played. She might have played in the Queens 2-3 years ago. But this should be a pretty good battle. I've been watching. They both play good. If anybody knows Michelle, she's been playing forever. And when she bears down, she can win some racks. And Kenny, he's a little underrated too, I think, in my opinion. He plays a lot of Scotch doubles, does very well. I see a lot of pictures with him holding a 1 or a 2 ball. Can't really beat that. Appreciate everybody who's here. I know the new channel, always a little slow to build up, so if you can grab the link from YouTube and share it to Facebook. I am Chris G. We are at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard, Appleton, Wisconsin. So we're on the first rack. It is a race to 7. Michelle chose 8 ball. BCAPL rules. Cue ball fouls only. I'm going to tweak some views here, make sure I got everything right. We did some equipment replacement. How's it going, everybody? The camera is a little jacked. I'd say that's pretty good, huh? You don't want to see me. Nice and centered. So right now we're going back and forth on the table a little bit. Kenny's got solids. His biggest issue is going to be what looks like the 7 ball. I don't think it goes anywhere. It's going to need to be broken up, shuffled around a little bit. Here we go. There we are. How's it going, everybody? Nice to see you. I can't see you, but I can hear you. If you chat, I will try to answer your questions, and feedback's always appreciated. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the chat. We try to make this as interactive as possible. You can see the table from a different angle here. Kenny's got his Air Jordans on or something. He's always styling. It's like he's ready to run a marathon. Fresh haircut every Sunday. Can't beat it. I wonder if he cuts his own hair. I got a nice fresh cup of coffee from the Mad Apple. I don't know why, but it always tastes better. So you still got to work on that 7 ball. Doesn't matter how many balls he makes, but, you know, Michelle, on the other hand, has an issue with the 9-15. And take a look at this view here. You can see snuck that 4 ball in, no problem, but now what? If anything, he tied up the 11 ball now in that same cluster. All right, he's going to back bank the 1 ball. A little bit of left English, probably going around the table. Probably see some speed on this one. No, he kind of gently hit it. I think that was a good shot, because even if you miss it, you know, it's like, hey, Michelle, clean up some of that table if you would. and she's just breaking up her trouble balls and leaving a safe. I mean, this one ball is makeable, but I mean, if I was to say he's going to get shape on something, maybe the 5, and then maybe you could shoot the, yeah, okay, so he didn't come around. Oh, look at that. He went the short side. It didn't work out 100%, but A for effort on that one. So he's going to kick at the 5, 1 rail, maybe 2. Kind of wants to keep it there. If it blocks Michelle's 12, that's always a good defensive play. Also, you need a shot on the 7, which if he would have made the 5, I think the 7 in the side would have been pretty tough. Not to mention getting shape on the 8. So again, if you guys can take the YouTube link, just go share, copy link, or share, and then you can click Facebook, post it on your public profiles and or favorite pool groups. Only takes a second. It's free. There should be no commercials on this channel. So this is pure voluntary. I mean, there's no money on this. Our other channel, the Mad Apple Extreme, is still hosting about 16 pro matches from the Connecticut Open. Jason Shaw's Pool Hall in Connecticut. The Matchroom sponsored event, WNT, World 9-Ball Tour. So we're keeping that one kind of locked down for those types of purposes. And also we have some challenge matches in the making. Whether or not they're going to be on bar boxes or 9-foot tables, we will see. We can swap out a 9-foot table on this stream with a click of the little jack that they got and just roll it on in. Probably takes about 10 minutes. So we could see some 1-pocket, bank pool, or even 9-ball on a 9-foot table. How cool would that be? So I'm gonna get Ray in the booth a little bit later. Ray Skinnendor, South Strip, and also Dan Kaler, Damon's father, who Damon's one of the juniors who's up and coming. I don't know, I forget how old he is, but he's young, and he's got no fear. He played on my Tuesday league, subbing for Connie. Those who know some of the locals here. If not, I apologize. But he won most of his games against really good players. I mean, we're talking 500-plus players. Maybe even one of them was close to a 600. We're talking above average here. So Michelle's looking at this, I think, trying to figure out what's the easiest way to get on the 8. I think just tap it in. You could have took the 8 in the side. You'd have been jacked up on the rail and the 5, so she chose to pop out a little bit. Thinking she didn't want to roll that far. She's probably got that first game jitters, which I have every time I play. It's be a nice shot. Got to thin it by that 5. All right, this is an opportunity for Kenny. He's got the 7. Whether or not he plays it back and forth to shoot the 5 on the right side of the 8 or he uses inside, which is a little risky. But if you do that, you can probably get away with going off the rail. There's always an option. The right shot might be just to kind of hold it. Just come out a little bit and hold it. Oh, he's taking the 5 first. I like that. Didn't even think of that. What a shot. Man, new brain synapses just opened up. If he would have gone about half that distance, this shot would have been a lot easier. A little top. You got the 8 in the same corner pocket. I'm telling you, I learn something every time I watch. That's a much easier way to do it. Just based on speed, So he rolled up for the 8. Okay, I'll give him that. Very makeable shot. It looks easier on the screen, I'm telling you. Now, if you're looking at the table, this is kind of one of those long, weird cuts. You got to hit it right. You got to follow through and stay down. Got it. 2-railer. Not center pocket, but down she goes. Kenny's got 1. Michelle 0. Race to 7. Let's take a look at the pool hall. What do we got going on today? We got the Sunday 8-ball weekly. Starts at 1 p.m. You got to get here at about 12, 12:30 if you want to practice. Free practice at 12:30. I think Kendall has a $5 before and after special, which is unbelievable. Go anywhere and try to play pool for 5 hours for $5. You can come in a little early, and you can also stay late instead of paying the $8 an hour. But that's only if you're in the tournament or league. So a little benefit there for an extra $5 if you want to stay after. Maybe you go 2 and out, and you want to practice a little bit. Kenny to break. Nice spread. I don't like the 4-ball. Or the 13 for that matter. I'll be honest, I'm not really liking stripes, but they're both workable here. This is personal preference. I mean, you could start with the 9. And let's see. Let's get the overhead. You can't really see what the 12's doing. 12 doesn't look like it might sneak past the 2 on the side. I mean, either way, you're going to have some work with the 4 and the 13. That's going to be the problem with this rack. So he does choose the 9. And he rolls up, not as far as he wanted. So I'm almost wondering if he needed a little more angle there. Now, he could follow into that 413 from here. That might have been the plan. It's risky to break up your trouble ball. Now, it's smart to do it early. Don't get me wrong, but it's risky if you can't get out. So you got to have a plan. You got to get a little lucky on the bump, and you still have to have a shot. So when you look at this table, if he follows into the 13, there's a possibility he's not going to have a shot unless he can come off the rail a little bit and maybe play around with the 15-10. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was an accident. But maybe not. Kenny, man, I'm telling you, when he plays good on league nights, he's like a 600. So I can't assume that he didn't try that. All right. 11 all the way down. Not much else. I mean, I don't mind trying to cut that 13 there, even if you have to use a bridge. I think that would be my first shot. Rolls it down the rail. Leaves it kind of tough for Michelle. I think the 1 on the side might be her first ball. If any sponsors out there want to donate a couple of nice Pro Art tournaments or Pro Art monitors, we won't say no. These are getting a little old in the booth. We're going to be upgrading it. Got a new, little bit of new hardware over the weekend. Rewired everything. Everything seems to be running good. We've got 4 new cameras. They still need to be tweaked. Just haven't had time to color match. It's a very picky thing to do, especially when you're on a monitor that always looks blurry. Those tech people out there might feel the pain or understand. Look at that. Attempted the 7 bank. Looks like it's going to come out past the 11, so it's not going to be in trouble. Oh, curved a little. His pockets are getting worn in. Everything wants to go. Good first ball for Kenny. Ray's still shooting, and Dan is watching his son play in the back. So, every once in a while he's going to hop in the booth, but it's voluntary. And if he isn't feeling it, I understand. But Ray always wants to be in the booth. Ooh. Rattle, rattle. Brutal, though. I mean, block the 7. I mean, you can take this 6 with stun and break that up. You might even be able to take the 2 and draw into it. Which, okay, she's just going to play the straight defensive strategy here. Knock his ball in. Don't scratch. Oh, that table, in those pockets, if they get anywhere near the pocket, the cloth feels real fast. They just keep rolling. You can take a look at the overhead, which seems to be working perfectly. We had PTZ help us out a little bit. There were some settings. I actually one-upped them on it. Did it properly. I got the wiring done. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Once we tweak everything, get everything kind of color matched and zoom, focused in just right, we are ready for some $10,000 challenge match actions. I feel like it would be acceptable at that point. And we're getting real close. Hats off to Kendall for continually investing in the stream. Anything that comes from our main channel benefits the juniors program, which helps them with jerseys and equipment and entry fees and even as much as like hotel rooms, which is why we're trying to build that up. And we've got videos on there with 50,000 views, some 120,000 from the tournament in Connecticut. Just got to tap this 8 in. Oh, this is the opportunity that Michelle has been waiting for. The only problem I see is the 5, and I think I'd be taking the 5 last. I like this pattern. 6, leave an angle on the 7. She got a little straight on it. This is going to be tougher than planned. But I think you can cheat the pocket and stun over for the 2. And she did that nicely with a little bit of bottom left. Got perfect on it. Now you just want to roll up so you have a nice easy shot on the 5 and then take the 8 in the side. Picture perfect. Nothing wrong with that. It gives you kind of an angle if you just roll it in. Yeah, see how the cue ball comes off the rail? Gives you a little breathing room. And you don't want to be shooting the 8 off the rail. That's going to tie it up. Kenny's got to be feeling a little pressure after that one. That's going to make it 1-1 in this race to 7. And again, here's the Sunday tournament. We don't have record numbers today. We've been bouncing around between 40 and 20. Somewhere averaged around 30, 28 to 32. And at 32, there's $100 added, which you don't usually get in a weekly. A lot of weeklies do 50, and that's it. They cap it. But if we get more and more players, the added money actually goes up. 16, 24, and 32, 50, 75, and 100 added. So I'm not sure what they have today. The bracket's on League Pool Stats. Most of you guys are either know that or you can Google it. Michelle to break. Hits it real good, solid. You see the cue ball didn't move much. It's brutal when you break it so well and end up dry. See Kenny here analyzing the table, trying to figure out what he wants to do. You can take a look at this view, which gives you the overhead, which is on a delay on purpose, if we have anyone new. Gives you kind of a replay. And at the same time, you can see two good angles of the table. If you're wondering if a ball goes, the overhead really helps. Then we got the standard view that most streamers have, which is just one camera on a table looking right at the table. Believe it or not, we have 7 cameras. And there's only one that we're not using right now. But I think we're going to set it up for an angle shot next time I work with Kendall on some tweaks, as we call it in the biz. Now this table, highly runnable, but you've really got to make some shots up front. And you got to get good shape. You got the 5-7. Got to have an angle on that. So what's he shooting at here? Didn't hurt solids. I mean, still runnable. Nothing's tied up. The 8 does go in both corner pockets. So Michelle's got some work to do here. It's a little tricky because she's got to deal with the 11 and the 9. And I don't think the 9 passes, so you probably got to deal with the 11 first. So I believe she underhit that a little, looking to maybe take the 9 and the side. What is that? The 13 and the side. But does leave the 10, which with the right stroke, yeah, she's tried to get over there for that 11. This will be interesting now. Kenny's got to take, in my opinion, got to take the 6-3 here. You can't leave that 6 there. Would you look at that?
Every ball is a rail.
Every ball is a rail. Might have to get Ray to explain that, or not. It'll be like a 45-minute explanation. And at the end of it, you still don't know. So I think he got snookered. I mean, at this point, I think I'm going to go rail first 6. It's not the hardest shot in the world. Would have loved to have the 2-6, but I don't think that warrants like a swerve shot or anything too difficult. But you can easily go off the rail and just tick that 6 in. All right, he punts, plays his 2-way, which is pretty famous in 8-ball in Wisconsin. You know, you play to make a shot, You have a couple options, but you leave the cue ball tough. And when I say tough, I'm not sure. I think Michelle can shoot the 10, but if anyone who plays pool knows, that's kind of tough to hold. You might even have to go rail first. Yeah, she's looking to see if the 11 goes past the 6. Or the 12 goes all the way up the rail. I like that. That's interesting. She might not have the 10. And if she does, she's just working on the problem balls right now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Takes the 2 and 6 away from Kenny. Doesn't have a shot. If this was a poker match, Michelle would be 98% favored to win with that move. And this is tricky. I mean, so he hits the 4, kind of just lays up. Gives her tons of options. I saw Dan. He might be getting on the hidden mic. Oh, no, he's coming in here. Or let him get comfortable. Oh, hey Dan. So we got Dan in the booth. He's got to do the headset and the mic and all that. But then you don't have to just listen to me. This has been like smooth jazz with Chris G.
How you doing, Chris?
Hey Dan.
Hey. Oh, we got Kenny back today.
We got Kenny and Michelle.
And Michelle Nevel. All right.
Yep. And it's 1-1, race to 7. She chose 8 ball. And we're working through some problems here.
Oh.
Michelle played a great shot where she blocked the 2 and the 6, and now she's trying to just run out. I think this is the time where you just got to run out. You can't give Kenny another chance here. Uh-oh. Right in the side. Kenny has to work out what he wants to start with first.
Yeah, I saw Kenny earlier in the back room, and I asked him if he was going to make a really sweet bank shot again today.
He doesn't shy away from a hard shot.
No. That's awesome to see him back and Michelle, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty even race today. 486 and 495, so we're fairly evenly matched.
I like this starter ball. I think he's going to draw out for the 5. Oh, overhit it a little bit. So now this is where things get weird. Do you take the back cut on the 4 or the 5, or do you take one of these easy ones in the corner?
Could he cut is that the 6 right there, or is that the 5? That's the 5.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would be kind of a back cut. So the 4 and the 5 are back cuts. If you can see, he's right-handed. So what a back cut is I guess the 4 is not. Should take that back.
Yeah.
But there's still kind of weird shots to take on a pool table because you're cutting them kind of away from the line of sight. You're looking see, he's looking to aim where the chalk, the middle diamond is. He's not even really watching the 5 ball. But he drills it.
Yep, gets it in there and looks like that's what I thought he was going to do, to get the good position on the 2.
Well, this is another thing he has to think about. Does he take the 4 and possibly sell out because it's a little harder? Or do you take the 2 and then probably struggle on the 4 later? All this is going through his head right now because he knows he would have loved to be a little straighter on the 4.
Yep.
All right.
That's going to be his problem ball now, isn't it? That 4?
Yeah, I mean, it could possibly go on the side. It's a little tricky, but it's doable.
Yep. It's like he's going to go for the 2 here.
It's hard to tell.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, it's when I try to choose, he's proved me wrong a couple of times already. So now he's back in the same position where he doesn't have a good shot on the 4, and he doesn't have a real easy position shot on the 4. So does he just... He thought about it. He's like, maybe I should take the 4 now. This is one of those 50-50s that a pool player can overthink and then just make the rack so much harder. So now he's going back to the 4, see?
Yep.
There he goes. He calls it. He's committed. He hasn't committed until he shoots it, but you got to roll this in, and you got to have the cue ball come off the rail, so you got the 2.
Yep. This is a very, very much a finesse shot. Yeah, it looks like he got it. Nice shot, Kenny.
And now you've also got another weird angle. The 2 is he's gonna cheat the 2 a little to the left, and maybe pull the 8 back, pull the cue ball for the 8 in the upper left, but it's just tough.
I have to draw back to get behind the 8 here.
Well, you just got to put a little bottom right on it.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a stun shot. See, he just understunned it. You can see what it did. It slowed down. The right didn't really take off. What happens is when you put right, it actually deflects to the left, so you have to adjust for that. So you hit it too thick. So you hit right, you're aiming more left, and he wanted to cut it more. If he would have cut it more, the cue ball would have moved another 6, 7, 8 inches, and he would have been straight
made all
in.
the difference.
Right.
Now he's got himself a tough shot here.
Yeah, this is one of those shots that I would say he's got, I would say maybe 35%, 40% chance to get out here. They're not easy, whether or not you bank them or cut them or whatever the heck he's doing. I think he's cutting. And then you don't want to scratch.
No. Oh.
So he hit it thick, but he got a little fortunate. He didn't scratch, but man, this is not one of those shots you want to be pressured on.
Nope. These are all long territory shots here.
I might lay up on this one. Shoot the 13 to the right, and then just have the cue ball float over to the upper left part of the table, because if you miss, Kenny's got another tough shot. Buys you a little insurance.
Yep. You're the insurance guy.
Yeah. Well, you got to play it. It's all about numbers. Now, if she moves the 9 out of the way, that would have been very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting pretty good. All he's got is a bank in the bottom right. I guarantee he's going to go for it. I don't think he'd try cut. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, if he cuts it, he's got a little insurance with the balls over there. But what if they get in, that could be a very much an easy scratch.
Yeah, I mean, no matter where Michelle is on the table here, he could leave it all the way on the right side of the rail. She'd play the carom off the 9. I mean, Okay, he drills it, and
It's going to go in the wrong
oh,
pocket.
no.
What a bummer, huh?
Yeah. That's not the way you want to lose or win sometimes. But, this is a 2-person tournament here. They're not messing around. There's heavy cash on the line for these players. I mean, I know that both players are used to winning tournaments for much, much more. But when you're just doing this 2-person tournament for, 150, 300 in the middle?
300 in the middle and the Jesters, yeah.
I mean, there's a little pressure there,
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for joining us today. We are broadcasting live from the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company in Appleton, Wisconsin, on West College. That is now open, free of construction, in case you're wondering, and were annoyed like I was of having to take the detour every day for the last, how many months was that?
Oh, man. It seemed like a year. Yeah. But, I mean, it's gone now.
Yeah.
So now you could just College Avenue, 2 blocks from 41 in College Avenue.
Yeah. Hope you're all having a great day. We do appreciate you tuning in. So.
Yeah, it's always tough on Sunday, especially with the new channel. We have a lot of regulars, but we do really need people to grab the link and share it. Whether it's your buddy who might have just a smart TV and he's bored. I don't know. When do the Packers play today?
The Packers has a noon game today. So I do believe they are still in action.
And that's why, most people are probably watching the Packers right now.
Yeah.
If they're local.
Yep.
We can get you a score update.
Oh, also, it's deer hunting this weekend. It's opening weekend of hunting, so.
It's gun season.
It's now gun season.
Which is why Patrick Glenn is not here. He's sponsored by DeWalt Tools, so he had this workshop in Canada. He's like super important.
Wow, I didn't know he was sponsored by DeWalt. That's pretty cool.
he gets all the batteries for free, and
Mhm.
he gets to try new tools and stuff.
That's awesome because tools are not cheap.
No,
So
I mean, I'm a Milwaukee guy,
Mhm.
but you know, that's cool. You know, DeWalt's all right.
you guys, you guys probably have debates about which brand is better. I used to do advertising for Mills Fleet Farm, and I've advertised both brands. So,
Well, I think Milwaukee, you know, kind of was on the down low about 20 years ago. It wasn't very good. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, they standardized the batteries and made everything a little easier and a little more powerful. And then I'm not sure what happened to DeWalt. They went the opposite way. And now I think they're both fighting back.
oh, absolutely.
They're both great brands. So if either one want to sponsor us, we'll play ball.
No pun intended. We'll play ball with the pool balls now.
We'll drill it.
We'll drill it in.
Yeah.
Drill it. We'll drill it into the pocket. Yeah. Actually, I can't really pick a brand. I think DeWalt was probably more heavily advertised, but they're both good brands. I don't think there are really any issues. I know Milwaukee maybe was lagging behind, but now I do know that they have made some really good tools as well. So,
Well, for me, DeWalt was always kind of like, if you're just like the home fixer-upper guy, DeWalt was the way to go.
yeah.
And then if you, I mean, I don't want to say that now. This is back in the day. Now I've got both.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, either one are going to get the job done. It's just a matter of brand preference. It's like photographers. What's better, Canon or Nikon? You know?
Well, I'm sure there's an opinion there.
It's all opinion.
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, probably
But-
Sony.
But the bottom line is that it's a tool and it gets the job done. So I don't care what name's on it.
As long as it gets
As long
the
as
job
it's accomplishing the
Right.
task, right?
done. Well, one thing comes to mind is I saw this video, and I used to tease Patrick about it, but it's a contractor comes over and he's got to do some work. And he pulls out a Makita, and he's like, you got to go to the truck and get some tools, or he's like, no, I'm good, I got it. And he's like, well, I think I changed my mind. No offense to Makita. I mean, we're burning bridges here. No, that's just a meme. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's fun. All in good fun though.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, we're an hour and a half from Milwaukee, so a
Yep.
Milwaukee sponsorship would be amazing.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Then I could
Alright.
compete with Patrick.
Looks like Kenny dropped the one there. Did not drop the one, but
Yeah, I mean, they've been
dropped the
doing this
shot,
every
but,
match.
yeah.
It's been going back and forth. Nobody's running racks. There's been some strategy. Michelle's obviously playing the two ways. She's breaking up balls. She knows. If she's got a problem, she's just going to block a pocket.
Mm-hmm. I saw her here earlier warming up with Chris G, I believe.
Not me.
No.
Oh, the Chris Galligan.
Or Chris, the
Yeah.
other Chris. You're Chris G, but
Yeah,
so
he's
Chris G too.
He's like the generic Chris G.
The real Chris G.
Yeah, I'm the full
You want
flavored.
the real Chris G.
Full flavored. Yeah. Double espresso Chris G.
Yeah, the bold.
The O Chris
I
G.
want the bold, the full flavor.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. So like I was the only Chris for a while, and then another couple popped up, and then then someone with Chris Galligan, Chris G. I mean, I'm getting pushed out here.
Don't let them forget who you are.
Yeah. I don't have I don't have a personalized license plate yet.
Oh no.
But I did kind of get a nickname on Friday from David Searing.
Really? What did he say?
Lucky G.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah,
That's got a nice ring to it.
because I had absolutely zero skill when I beat him. So he called me Lucky G.
Did you guys just do an exhibition match together?
No,
or was
no,
it-
we were
was
in
it
the
for
tournament.
10 was it for the 10 ball?
Yeah,
Friday?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He threw a stick around the pool room a few times. It was amazing.
No, he didn't.
Oh yeah.
Does he get upset like that?
Oh
David.
man, he is Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know if it's show or what.
Oh.
I think. No, I mean, okay. So honestly, pool players are very competitive, and he's much higher level than I am. So if
David's-
things
yeah.
don't go well, or if maybe I'm getting some rolls, it's very, very frustrating for the higher end player.
Yeah, he's in the upper 500s, isn't he?
He's like a 600. He's over 600.
He's over
as far as I
600.
know.
Yep.
Like a 640 or something.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, honestly, I would think that I would see David and Ray Skenendor and Mason in the finals all the time. You know, mix it up. Oh, we got Colin Pockets Passat here today. He's also another. He's like a natural talent guy. Never practices. He's the guy over there with the hat.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see. Yep. Big beard.
Yeah, the ZZ Top
The
beard.
beard. Yeah. He's higher rated, but doesn't really practice that much.
Yeah, I think he's over 600, but he plays like a 680.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, he is tough. And there's a little bit of history there with Colin Passat. We just call him Pockets. He used to play with Mason and Tyler Steyer and Austin Hill and Robbie Schmidt. They all grew up together.
Oh, wow.
That was when none of them really played very good. So they all just grew. And now Austin Hill is like this famous road player. Tyler Steyer plays for the Moscone Cup.
Yep.
And then you got I don't know, the leftovers. You got the other players that are still playing very, very, very good. I mean, Mason's in the pro circuit.
Sure.
Colin's not. He's just kind of like the guy that just shows up once in a while and
Okay.
kicks your butt, and then you don't see him for a few months. So, neat story there. Again, Kenny's been having troubles making the 8 ball. This is the second time, maybe even the third time. If anybody out there is like a sports therapist or a psychologist, I should say, there's probably something here because he'll shoot everything perfect, and when he gets to the 8, something shuts down.
It's that pressure of just
Yeah.
getting that in, the one ball.
If I knew the answer, I would be
Yeah.
better than I am, and I don't. You know, people
Yeah.
say shoot the 8 like there's another ball on the table. Don't baby it in. Act like you're playing position, but it's so tough. Oh no!
The reality is it's that last ball of the rack, and you can't get in his head, so you don't know, right?
Well, but that shot from Michelle, that was unexpected. I think she shot that quick, right? She got down and just kind of like
Yep.
rolled it. Now she got a little weird on the 14. That could have been so much better.
Now Kenny with an opportunity here to tie this one up.
I feel like,
And he
oh
messed it
no,
again.
what is that?
He hit that one a little harder maybe than he needed to, but
He hit it thick.
yeah.
So again, the nerves come into play on the 8 ball. So if you're on a Scotch doubles team with Kenny, make sure that he doesn't shoot the 8 ball. You
don't get a choice though, do you? In Scotch
Well-
doubles, you just alternate.
Well, it
turns,
depends.
right?
There's 7 balls, so you can kind of work it out if it's a table run. You know.
okay. Oh, the 9 and not in a good position here.
Yeah, this is one of those where you're kind of do or die. So she's going to bank it back to where she's at, and if she makes it, she wins.
And
And I don't think there's going to be any luck here. No good rolls or anything. This is
Okay.
going to be easy money here for Kenny to tie this up.
No, he just has to tap this, right? Just
Well, yeah, but you don't want to roll it
with a
because
little bit of top left.
We just
right?
cut it to the right. Half ball, just half ball.
Just tap it
boom.
in, just like
Right.
that.
Sometimes you roll those too slow, and the ball will maybe hit a piece of chalk dust.
Oh,
Things can happen.
oh,
So you still got to put a little power on it, but not. You don't need to go 80 rails with the cue ball.
Well, speaking of the Scotch doubles and tournaments, I saw a really cool flyer this week.
I should probably bring those up and do a little advertisement.
No, I told Mason I wanted to talk about the one you guys are doing on next week, Wednesday. Did you know that you guys are doing a Scotch doubles?
Yeah,
series
I
next
saw
Wednesday?
that flyer. So I'm gonna.
So it was
I'm gonna go
really,
ahead
yeah.
and grab that.
I was so excited about it. I think we're gonna bring Damon down for it, and it's on Wednesday, the 22nd, next week. $15 entry, I believe it is, and it is a double elimination.
And it's a blind draw.
And it's a blind draw.
That's
so,
the big part, right?
Yeah, and I do not believe that you guys are capping it. So you do not have to pre-register. You register when you get here.
Correct.
So how cool is that?
You just show up.
And what's even cooler is
So
that
what day is that again?
that's next week, Wednesday, November 22nd.
Next Wednesday.
So
the
Thanksgiving
22nd.
Eve.
And that'll
Yeah.
also probably have the Thanksgiving specials in play. I bet you there's going to be some food here for that.
Dude, I think it's perfect timing because
Yeah, who's got anything going on Wednesday, right?
well, that and who has to get up early Thursday, really?
Right.
Unless you're traveling somewhere like we're not. I'm like, that's perfect. We could be here late and still sleep in and still have time to spend with the family.
Correct.
Like, how cool is that? And
And I bet you league is canceled. I don't want to quote. It must be
I believe it
because
it would
otherwise
have
we
to
wouldn't
be.
have any tables.
Yeah.
What time does it start?
And I believe that's a 7 p.m. start.
Wow, so it's a later tournament
Yeah.
on a Wednesday. So all the people who are like, man, I really want to play League Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they should all come in.
Yeah, I would get here, though, at like 5 to warm up.
Yeah.
Just in case they change it to 6. Or I was wrong. But it's either a 6 or 7 p.m.
Well, and the
start.
flyer's in Mad Apple Player Society on
Yes.
Facebook. If you're not in that group, go ahead and find it and click join. It's Mad Apple Player Society. Also, I know Kendall posts it on his Quickfire page. So
Yep.
it's Quickfire.
Yes.
That's kind of his nickname. Kendall Cook is the owner of Mad Apple, so that's his profile page. And then also, I think he posted to Wisconsin Pool Player Society and a few others in the area.
It was definitely cross-posted, but I'm excited about it. I think that's pretty cool. I might actually play just for fun. I mean, because 15
You never know who
bucks,
you're going to get.
and
Like,
you're going to get a random partner. That might be fun.
I got Ray last time, and we
Yeah.
won.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, he was telling me like he was frustrated. He didn't like what I was doing. He told me to walk around the table. It was brutal.
Wait, maybe I don't want to play. Because what if I get partnered up with somebody who's really good and then
No, as long as they're not like
I
too
know.
tightly wound.
right?
You know.
I know. Well, we're gonna bring Damon down.
Uh-oh. Is it the breakup? Yep. Broke up the 6 and the 4. So this is looking good for Kenny. Kenny's probably going to start with the 3 here or the 6. I mean, the 6 isn't a bad option if it goes past that point. But yeah, so next Wednesday,
Next Wednesday,
I'm going to be here probably 5 o'clock. I'm just going to hope I get somebody like Mason on my team.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, Mason, can I be your partner?
Yeah. Can we rig it?
Yeah, right. So what's your favorite retailer? There may be a gift card in my pocket.
Starbucks.
Amazon.
I know Mason loves him some double espressos.
Does he really?
He
He's a big coffee guy.
He is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like coffee.
And so is
too.
Kendall.
Yeah,
Which
coffee's
is
good.
surprising that they don't have like a coffee bar here. I don't know if it's the overhead or the complication.
It could be. It's more to maintain too. So I get it.
Man, I would drink like an ice brew or a nice espresso every time, even
Yep.
if it was $8, just like Starbucks. I would pay.
You would probably have to get some extra staff in here just because you got.
You need a
"Oh,
barista.
You need a barista.
I could be the barista. I can run the tournament, be the barista, and run the stream.
and still be Lucky G.
Yeah, Lucky G.
Lucky G
serving
making
up you
espresso.
Yeah, I could do it. How hard is it?
I don't know.
mean,
It might get a little stressful though if you've got a line and it's just you.
Well, I'm not gonna do like fancy
Oh,
like cream
okay. Yeah.
pictures on the coffee. I'm just gonna.
You'd be like, I'll have a double venti. Oh, that's Starbucks. Oops.
So there's an interesting thing going on right here. See that 11 ball? That will go off the 6 in the side if you hit it right.
Yeah.
Okay, she sees it.
Is that what Michelle called the carom shot?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, she hit it straight. I don't think she tried it.
So if she called
That's
it,
why she gave you the upside down palm.
so it doesn't matter then as long as that ball went in, it's not a foul.
Correct.
So you don't have to call the carom in BCA, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And look at that. Center pocket, one rail, straight in on the 8. Come on now. Highlight reel. Here we go.
Let's replay the shot before that 8 if you can. Because that looked like a nice shot and good cue ball position to get on
Yep.
the 8. Look
There
at
it
that.
is. I mean, she rolls it in center pocket, doesn't hit a rail, and the speed was perfect.
Yes, look at that. Was very nice. Nice shot, Michelle. And that's to go up 3-2 in this race to 7 here on Sunday afternoon as we get a nice. Ooh, you got a wide shot of the tournament.
Yeah, you got Fong over there in the booth
Yeah.
underneath the logo, and you got Miss Vitch, the Savage, playing John Lewis. Then you got Mr. Robot, Mitch Williams. You got Ray in the big bright green shirt there. You can't miss him.
Nice to see him back this week. I believe he was out of town on vacation last week, so he's back in action today.
Yeah, he was in Vegas. He did some live streaming from some AI like show where the robots were answering like ChatGPT questions live. I mean, it was like, what is going on? He asked him what the meaning of life was, or is it better to be dead or alive? And she said, well, I don't know because I've never been alive, and gave him like a political answer. And it was crazy because I thought it was going to like maybe give him some weird kind of answer, but it like really did answer him like a politician. It was a perfect answer. I mean, I'm scared.
I do remember seeing a couple of his videos in the feed. I may have to go back and look, but I was wondering. I'll have to ask him if he visited that sphere.
Yeah, that might have been it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
wonder
some
if he
show.
was in the sphere.
Yeah, because so I guess that was like the pre-show. So you walk around and you talk to all the robots,
okay.
and then you go watch a show of some kind.
Oh, I think it'd be so cool to check that out at least once.
Well, and the tickets from Appleton direct to Vegas are only like $80 round
I
trip.
know that is so cheap.
Get
to get
yourself
out
a
there.
hotel, go see a couple shows, come back. Make it a $500 weekend.
You can easily do that Thursday through Sunday for $500
Easily, if you don't gamble.
as long as you don't gamble,
Right. I mean, you could lose your mortgage.
or your car. Me personally, I'm more of a people watcher. I'm definitely not a gambler, but I've been out to Vegas 4 or 5 times in my life, and I don't think I've spent more than $100 on gambling out there.
Well, I've only been there for work, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like, let me hit this $10 max spin on the way through.
Yeah,
You get one cherry, you win like 120, and I'm like, I'm good.
right. Yeah, you're like,
You
as
know?
long as I'm ahead, I'm taking
Yeah,
it.
$120
Yeah.
plus per diem. I mean, and I'm getting paid to be there, so like I don't need to lose it.
No.
I mean, that's my suggestion. If you don't want to play the skill games like craps or blackjack or poker, just hit one of those max bet high expense. It's all luck. But you roll it a couple of times. If you get something small, you're gonna make a couple $100. And if you're happy with that, that's it. But then at the end, you only lost like 50 or 20 if you don't, and then that's it.
Exactly. It's knowing those limits, right?
I'm telling you, you always get something because they tease you.
Oh,
And that's-
absolutely.
Like an average gambler is going to see that little cherry and they just want $120 and they're going to put it right back.
Yep. Nice.
Not me.
Nice combination there by Kenny.
Yeah, he's working through this. I don't think he has the 7 here. Let's go to the see if we can see a little better on the side view. Yeah, he's got it.
Does he ever? Yep, he's got room over there.
It's a beautiful leave. Just roll it in. Got straight in on the 6, so this is going to make the 1 tough. Plus, no shot on the 8 afterwards. So he needed an angle on one of those two.
Yep, he's got the cue ball position here is going to be vital on that 1, obviously.
Now, if he
But-
would have hit that ball harder and cut it thinner, the cue ball would have tracked right into the 8 ball.
Yeah, look at that. That was really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
good
did what he
position on
could
that
with the cheat in the pocket there.
Now the issue here is how is he going to get the cue ball back to get on the 8?
Does the 8 go in the corner? I don't know if we have. Here, let's look at the overhead. I think it does.
It does, but the cue ball position's going to have to be pretty much perfect.
Yeah,
There's
he
not
needs
much
the ball
room.
to be somewhere underneath the logo there, right side of the table.
Yep.
Can he do that, though? That's a pretty tough stun shot. You don't have a whole lot of angle to work with.
It's tough. I think he can do it, but we'll see what happens here. He's got to make the 1 first.
Oh, look at that.
And did he get it?
Draws it back. I forget this has a delay.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. We're not where it needs to be.
Heck of a draw shot on that. Didn't get the angle.
Does he have to play a safety now?
Well, he can't really see. Let's see if I can get you a better angle here. I don't know if he can see the edge of the 8.
Oh, he should be able to get a hit on it. He's got room to get a hit on it, but where do you go with it? I mean,
At
that's
this
the
point,
thing.
it doesn't matter. I mean, like you made all your balls. Now you're in 1 ball hell. That's what they call it.
Just get it to a rail, basically. to
Yeah, I
avoid
mean, you
the
don't want
hole.
to tie it up again. If you can just get it out to the middle of the table, so Michelle doesn't have so many options on safeties.
Yep.
Oh, they want someone to watch the shot.
Can they have?
Yeah, yeah. All right. See if Fawn.
Can you have Fawn do it? Craig.
No, Craig's shooting. Don't worry. All right, I'll go out there. Well, okay. We don't have time to go out there, so we're going to have to do it in the booth. And he makes one of her balls, and it's obviously a foul. So one thing that we don't do in the booth is we typically don't ref the shots. We will do replays and reviews if needed. So it kind of caught us off guard there. Usually I'll have Ray or Fong or somebody else bring their phone out, slow motion. But anyway, so
Okay,
again,
we are back.
Yeah, he's in one ball hell.
One ball hell.
And I mean, it really is. It's just she's going to keep leaving him tough shots on the 8. He's going to keep bobbling it around.
So this is the disadvantage of position and almost running a rack.
Yeah, and that's why if you can't run out, and he almost did. It's tough to keep making balls. He hit that solid though.
Okay, so he did get a hit there, no
Yeah.
foul. Okay.
We'll hit the replay in case that's in question, but it was definitely solid. And she's already shooting, so we'll save that. Okay, now this is a weird shot to me. Drills the combo with confidence.
And she's pretty spread out here too.
I don't mind taking the 9 here, to be honest with you, which is on the spot. See, because that tied things up a little bit. Now, I mean, she's okay. You know, you cut that with a little inside. Maybe take the 13 next. If you go a little long, you can take the 14. Okay, she went the other way.
And all the way back down. Nice
Friendly bump.
I think
that
Michelle,
saved her. Yeah.
Michelle could easily be out here.
I don't like that she's saving the 13 for last, but let's see how she gets on this. Yep, little top left.
That was nice.
Not much left there. I would have liked to see a little straighter on that. But, you know, honestly, you roll this ball in, and you're going to have a great shot on the 8, as long as you don't scratch. Perfect.
Look at that. Nice cue ball control there by Michelle. 2 rail shots. Looks like she's going to clean it up here to take a 2-game lead here.
Boom, with
Very,
authority.
Very nicely done.
Wow.
She went from almost getting ran out on to running that thing. And Kenny's sitting there like, what just happened?
So here's that shot, and that's what happens when you miss the 8. You know, the opponent's going to sit there and move the balls around until they're happy, break up things, leave safe. And, you know, he did well. 1 rail, hit the 8 solid.
Yeah, I mean, what else could you do with it in that position, you know?
There's not much you can do with that.
Right.
I mean, you either make it or you sell out.
Yeah. We got to get that 1 ball hell as a soundbite.
Yeah. I mean, it's a common phrase. It's like a lot of players do that to themselves as well.
That's funny.
You know, what happens is you run out when you shouldn't. And he should have in that case. I'm not saying that. But a lot of times there's maybe a cluster.
Yeah.
And you make all your easy ones. And all you're really doing is hurting yourself, because then you have less options to play position later. And then the opponent can play safe on you very easily. It's a very, very tough position to be in.
Absolutely. And
Oh, cue ball off the table. I'm going to replay that because I don't even know if 4 balls hit a rail. Let's take a look at that. 4 balls have to hit a rail or go in. I'm not going to call anything, obviously, but let's just see what happens.
just for research purposes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
yeah.
7. Yeah, she's good.
So what's
Take that back.
So what's interesting about the cue ball going off the table is last week I've never broke and had the cue ball go flying off the table until last week. And I asked Damon why that happens, and he explained the whole thing to me.
What'd he say?
He said it's because I was elevating.
Yeah.
I must have elevated through the stroke.
Yeah, you're jumping the ball.
When it jumped. Yep. And I thought that was pretty cool because he seems to know what, he knows a lot about the game. And
Well, a lot of pros break like that. It's called a pop break.
And the ball goes flying off the table like
Well,
that?
they hit it directly in the center. So the cue ball will actually fly back to the middle, and then with a little top, it puts the brakes on and stops in the middle of the table.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
actually doing a pop with a little elevation, but if you hit it a little to the left or a little to the right, cue ball flies off the table.
Ah, gotcha.
So honestly, it was a pro break, and you're just off a little.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me I'm
Yeah.
making progress.
There's a chance. I'm telling you, there's a
You're
chance.
telling me
Yeah.
there's a chance.
It's a tough break. I mean, other people do second ball break. Maybe they do a level cue, and then you usually don't get a lot of spread on the ball or even play position on the cue. But I think almost every pro breaks with a pop break and 8 ball.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, it felt good, but I was like, holy cow, I've never seen the cue ball go flying off the table like that. And I know for people like yourself and other players here, they do that all the time.
No,
Yeah.
I
Or it happens a
struggle.
lot.
Yeah, I
you know.
mean, you got to feel it. It's
Yeah.
tough to hit it right because there's a lot of timing involved with that break.
But it kind of feels cool though when the ball does go flying off the table. But
Yeah.
like, and then I'm kind of scared. I'm like, did I just hit somebody?
Yeah, that's one thing. Nobody's ever gotten hit. I've seen the ball jump off a table and go into the tray of another table.
Really?
Yeah, but I've never seen it
Oh.
go on a table or hit anybody.
Oh, okay.
I did
Yeah,
see it
that's
once
good.
like go all the way into the pro shop. So it went all the way down the hallway, bounced off something, and took a right turn and ended up in the pro shop doorway.
Okay, how and what table was that on? Because that's crazy.
Yeah, they did it from like table 8, so it was like the longest distance possible.
So the ball goes flying
Yeah.
and somehow
Flies all the way down the floor. Yeah.
flies down the floor, turns right, and has a tracker on it to MH.
Yeah, it bounced off like a chair or something. I don't know, but it took him about 15 minutes to find the
Oh,
ball.
that is crazy. This is never going to happen again.
I've seen it go into the kitchen a couple times.
I'm sure you have.
You know,
Nice cut shot there by Michelle on the 3.
she's confident with this. She's feeling good. She's just going for it.
Yeah, looks like she's getting in the zone, nice and warmed up.
Yeah,
Like
see, you needed to hit the rail
so.
first on that one.
Yeah.
But that's okay because now Kenny's got a cluster, and if he leaves that alone, she could shoot the 7-10-5 combo.
Yep.
So this isn't too bad for her.
No.
What's he going to do, though, is the question.
I don't know.
He can't really leave that, but at the same time, like, what's the point of shooting the 11 or the 14?
I was gonna say, and like I'm looking at what he actually has, and I say 11, 14, but how do you break up that cluster there with the 10?
I think you try to play it safe on that cluster.
Yeah, just to get it spread out.
Let's see. Maybe he's putting draw on this. Yeah, he tried. So he was thinking draw, maybe come off the rail, bump into the 7-10. So he's kind of shooting himself in the foot again.
Yep. He's got to figure out a way to break that up on this next shot here.
And between not making the 8 balls and
Yeah.
running your pawns before you can get out, I mean, you can see the score line.
Yep.
I mean, before you know it, it's going to be 5-2.
Yeah, and he's playing the safety here. And
That's not too bad.
nope.
That's what I was saying earlier. He could have done that on his first shot, and I think he would have been better off. But
So do you think what if he would have taken the 14 and then played the safety? Or do you think it's smart to leave the 14 by the side pocket?
I mean, if you have a ball that's really troublesome, maybe there's a chance. But again, the hard rule is if you can't run out, stop making balls. I mean, it's really that simple. Look at
Yeah.
that bank.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and replay that one.
And she called that one, obviously.
Oh, yeah, she banks
She
everything.
banks.
She plays a lot of bank pool, which does come in handy when you're playing 9 ball and even any rotation.
I feel like that's an excellent skill to have.
Here's the replay. Just drills the 7, 1 rail, clean. Left it a little tough, but
Did she play in the Banks tournament that you guys had in August? I believe that was when you did the
all
TK
the pros
Memorial.
were here. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Okay, I know Mason played in that one. I believe. I think he won that one, didn't he?
Yeah,
He won the Banks one. Yeah.
Well, that might have been the
Or
the Wisconsin Billiard Hall of Fame tournament.
That's
Yeah.
right. You are right. That
Yep.
was the Hall of Fame weekend. Yep.
Because they did a pro tournament on the 9-foot tables, and then they did a secondary bank pool tournament that Mason won, and then they did like the split 8 ball where they took the half
okay.
the field and did a handicap, did a high low team.
I'd like to see a Banks sometime. I feel like that would take a long time because like all you have to do is bank. You
Well,
can only bank, right?
When you do a bank tournament, you pull players from Chicago, and it's really cool to see like Frankie and a few others. Austin Hill came. It was about a year ago. I played in it, and I knew I didn't have a chance. But I actually surprised myself and won a couple games against really good players. And I mean, you have to bank like 2, 3 in a row. And usually it's all about leaving them tough. So they're leaving you tough every single time.
Yep. I mean, what do you do? Can you play safeties in those? Is it BCA rules?
Yeah, I mean, it's 9 ball,
Oh,
but
okay.
you got to make everything with a bank. So yeah, you can leave the one, weird, and then hopefully you can Uh-oh.
Oh.
I think he might have gotten the safe there. The point might be blocking the 5.
Yeah, she's pretty well buried back in that pocket. Does she have anything on the 4? She banked the 4?
I mean, that might be an option.
Yeah.
Nope. She can see it. She called it in the corner. Just enough. Now just roll this in, and you should hit before the side pocket.
Oh.
8-ball helped a little there. But, yeah. Okay, so now this is another opportunity for Kenny to get out. I mean, he's got a ball in the pocket. I'm thinking 8-ball on the side.
Definitely. You're putting the 10 in with a little bit of draw and then coming back for the 8. Correct?
Well, I mean, draw's harder. So
Or a
he
little
chose top left.
And still gets in perfect position.
They have a saying. It's called draw for show, follow for the dough.
Oh, I like that one.
Well, all the old school players used to live by that because, when you're drawing, like that's like the crowd is like, ooh, ah.
Oh.
But
how
follow
cool.
is just so much easier to roll into the next ball, and I mean, at least that's what I imagine it means. I feel like anytime I choose draw over follow, I probably screw up too. So.
Yeah. Well, I just have to learn. Like I'm at the point now where I'm just trying to get down the mechanics and where to hit the ball and where to cut in.
Right.
I'm starting to get more interested in the English, and just my game's just evolving that way, I guess.
It takes time.
It does take a lot of time. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. That's why I'm really taking my time. I don't want to rush into anything. Look at that nice wide shot here of the 8-ball Sunday Mini.
Definitely a wide shot.
Look at that wide shot. Do you know how many players were entered today?
No.
Okay.
No, I showed up after it started. But you get a good shot there of Craig Fowler.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any more Hawaiian shirts. He sold them all on Facebook.
Oh, well, Sunday is laundry day, so maybe they're in the washing machine?
It's quite possible. And I feel like he knows we're talking about him because he looked over here.
They're hanging up to dry? Yeah. Craig seems like a nice guy. Like he doesn't seem to talk that much, so he's very reserved and mellow. But I feel like once you get to know him, he probably opens up to you, and
he does.
Just like, and he seems like the nicest guy ever. I remember the first time I ever watched him play, I was like, man, he is really methodical.
Oh yeah,
he takes his time, and so does John Lewis.
Well, between the two of them, they've been playing for like 250 years. So
I want to see those two play each other because they both really take their time and study and plan like every single shot.
I mean, that's fine as long as they're not in the losers bracket and slowing things down.
Yeah.
So there's a time for methodical and there's a time for, okay, you got one ball left and it's in the corner, just shoot it.
Yeah. So what do you do if you guys end up implementing a shot timer? I mean,
we haven't had a problem with that lately.
Yeah.
But if there is a player that seems to be purposely slowing the tournament down, we can initiate a 60-second shot clock.
Really?
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. I mean, you got to sit there and have a timer and watch every shot, and you got to be on it. You basically got to ref the table.
Sure.
I don't think that's happened since Barry's tournament. Barry did a shot clock on, I think it was either Billy the Kid or Paul Data.
Oh, okay. Were they purposely slowing down?
No, they just are really slow players.
Very slow players.
But if he didn't do the shot clock on them, the tournament would not have finished. So he had to.
We're definitely wanting to be home in time for dinner, but man, way past my bedtime.
Well,
I don't know.
A lot of the people would have to get hotels. I mean, it would have been a huge upset.
Oh, absolutely.
People would have been very, it hurts the credibility of the tournament.
Right.
So you have to do it sometimes.
Yep. And then the clock is standard in pro and professional tournaments, right?
It is now. I think a lot of the matchroom events do have a built-in timer, at least on the arena tables. I don't know if they have one on every table.
Oh, okay.
But, it's just that they don't have 128 refs. Because when those tournaments start, they have 256 players, maybe 128. I mean, you need a lot of refs.
Absolutely. So a lot of moving parts.
Right. So they usually only do it on the, top 8 tables that might be on the stream or maybe broadcast.
Sure. Kenny really drilled that 2 in there.
He hit that real straight.
Real straight.
Got a nice draw out of it, but no love. He's shooting over the 7 for the 1. I don't like the 6. You could shoot the 6 off the 9, but that's tough. He's in that position again that we see.
Yep. You could do the carom shot off the 9 and do the 6 on the side. But he doesn't jump, does he? He's not a jump player.
I don't think
is
I've
he?
ever seen him jump. No. Yeah. Kicking.
He would rather kick. Okay.
I think a lot of the older school players will kick before jumping. Look at that. I didn't think the angle was so well. He played that well. Came up on the 5, does have a shot, but again, is he getting himself in trouble because he still has to shoot the 7, and it looks like it only goes in the upper left. Maybe the side, if you get weird on it. So does he go for the 7 next?
Yeah.
That's the question he's going to have to deal with here. Okay, so he said no. I am going to
go for the 1.
He almost snookered himself, but he's a little straight on the 1 now. But I think he's got a little angle that he might be able to stun down table for the 7. It's not an easy shot because he's on the rail. This is going to be a tricky shot. If he drills it and makes this, I mean, that's a highlight reel shot all day long.
Well, it's a good thing we got the instant replay. How have the camera shaped up since last week? Did you guys get anybody in here or this last week?
We got some support.
Awesome.
And it was a setting.
Okay, they're good.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's running well now, and we haven't had any issues with the overhead.
Yeah, it looks real good. Yeah,
we got to tweak it a little bit, but it's doing okay.
Were they able to help you over the phone, or did they actually send a rep? Okay.
Yeah, because we were working, on a possible sponsorship with them, and they're kind of a small company, so I don't know if they can't just send you free cameras and stuff, but they do help us. They have a 5-year warranty on all their equipment. I like nonchalantly mention the name, but I'm not going to because right now we're kind of in a holding pattern with them. You don't know how many times someone comes up to me and says, "What kind of cameras do you use? What kind of gear do you use? What kind of setup do you have?"
And you're like, I can't say it's top secret. Ugh.
Ball's in their court.
Yeah, but I have noticed that the camera has not frozen at all today, which has been awesome.
I think Ray might be hitting the 3rd mic. Let me go ahead and turn it down now.
Yeah, listen for his soundbite.
Heavy breathing.
Here he comes.
Every ball is a rail.
Every ball is a rail.
Nah,
there we go.
Like we wrote the script. Of course, Ray would be here. Hi, Ray.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ray. I'm an alcoholic.
No, you're not.
Ray, welcome back.
Oh, wait. This is the wrong meeting. Sorry.
Welcome back to Wisconsin. How was Las Vegas?
It was so much going on there. I went there just to gamble and drink, and mission accomplished.
All right.
What was that show with the AI?
Oh yeah, so I hadn't posted on Facebook for quite a while, but there was a really special thing, and I just had to post it. It was the newest thing in Vegas is the Sphere, big huge.
You're right.
Ball theater, and cheapest ticket in the house is like $200.
That's for the nosebleed seats.
Actually, I thought we had the best seat in the house, but all the seats are pretty similarly priced. But yeah. If you sit nosebleed too, the theater is so amazing and unreal, hard to describe. Worst seat in the house is still amazing.
So what was the show like? You got to talk to robots that were like connected to ChatGPT basically, and then the show was robots again.
Man, it's hard to describe. So the show was more like a movie. They do concerts there as well, but those are more like $1,000 tickets. And I don't know if I can really do all that, but
it's a lot of money for a show. I mean, you could just go see Carrot Top for like $49.95, right?
Does he still have a show?
To me, the coolest part
he
of the
lives
Sphere.
there,
If anybody goes to Vegas, go to the Sphere. I highly recommend it. It's worth the money. It's not one of those shows that you're gonna want to see like 10 times. Like I've seen the Michael Jackson show at Mandalay Bay, and I've seen it 10 times. I'll watch it another 10. It's unreal.
Sounds amazing.
But the pregame is the walking around what I streamed on my Facebook, which is get there early. You get like an hour just to mingle in this like lounge area, and they have all these robots. It's like AI robots. You can ask them questions. There's like these speakers that like they kind of have you walk through these speakers where like it's super loud, but like when you walk 2 inches away, you don't hear it at all, and you hear a different speaker.
Whoa.
Well,
yeah.
Kenny just tied it up. Just to split back in the pool for a second. So I want to
let's
check
stay with
that
pool.
out.
Let's stay with pool because again that what you're asking me about is hard to describe. I won't do it justice.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
But it looked cool. It really looked
It's
cool.
unbelievably cool.
And the answers, you should say like, can I get in for free and see if they give you a free ticket or something. You never know.
Well, I was thinking like not only from the AI, but just being in the sphere would be cool. I feel like it's like being it would be like in a whole different world.
Like futuristic.
Yeah.
The screen was 10K. I've never even heard of 10K.
What?
But the whole movie was filmed in 10K, and it shows. Like I'm like, this looks many scenes in there. I'm like, this looks like CGI.
And it's $200 to get in, and how you can get there early.
You should get there early because that's where you get that lounge area. What I streamed with the AI robots.
Okay. Yeah, you got to do
Interactive.
that.
Yeah.
All right, back to pool. No.
So yeah, I mean, Kenny's been missing 8 balls and giving
boy.
Michelle some chances, and then she's kind of reciprocated. And now we've got a tie match, 4-4, race to 7. It's effectively first one to win 3 games, wins 300 in the middle, 2-person tournament, and that's where we're at.
Who thinks it's going to go hill? Maybe. I don't know. They've been kind of going back and
I
forth
do,
on
I do.
momentum. Yeah. Let's just say hill.
There's a good chance
There
that
is
it's
a
going to go hill.
Where's the chat room? Stand up. What do you think? I don't see the chat on my
Yeah,
screen, but-
nobody
no.
has
What?
spoken.
Oh, that's why I don't see it. I know Barry Chapman's
Oh,
watching.
there we go.
Oh, no. We just didn't. It just wasn't being
It was
displayed.
glitched. Sorry, chat. We thought we were getting the cold shoulder. We got Northern Wisconsin Pool. Good luck to both of them. Let's get a hill match.
Hill, yeah. See,
See,
now.
chat room, I got you. I'm for the people. These guys, Chris, come on.
I'm surprised. It looked like it was just like nobody talking. I wonder if it was like that earlier for the Queens.
Lemire says, "What's up?"
Mike Lemire.
Welcome back, Mike, to the channel.
Yeah, Mike's awesome.
Yeah.
He's kind of grown on me. Once
He's
you stop
got
asking
more
me
gamble.
to play for money, we become friends.
Why did he stop? What the hell?
Yeah, I know.
Once he
let me
started
out.
asking me to play for money, that's when we became friends.
Well, you guys are at a different level.
That's not true. I see you cashing.
I get
I
lucky.
see,
So
I see you Friday night.
David Searing coined a new nickname for me. Are you ready?
Most improved player in the state.
Lucky G.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
That
I like
might-
it
that
too. It's
might
better
stick.
than wrong
Yeah.
side Chris. That some negative
like that.
connotations. Well, I got that one from Phil because I always get on the wrong side of every ball. So now I'm Lucky G with a side order of wrong side.
Love it. I'll make you a T-shirt. So
Yeah, it should just
Lucky G with a 4-leaf clover.
with like fake chains.
Yep.
Lucky G's in the house. Kind of gangstered up. I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Gangster, Lucky G. I don't know.
Yeah, I was getting some really good rolls on Friday. That's why I cashed.
Yeah. How was the tournament on Friday?
It was okay.
Was it the usual 10 ball?
Well, I came in to replace equipment, so I was up in the ceiling, like doing wiring, and then Fong would call a match, and you know how that is. You're like, you're all like in work mode.
Wait, so you were working and doing the tournament at the same time?
I was playing in it. Fong was running it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you were up in the ceiling?
Well, yeah, we got wires. I mean, I wasn't up in the ceiling, but I was in, my head was up there. Wow. Yeah.
You're like the king of multitasking. Man.
Well, if it wasn't for Kendall, he ended up putting new holes in the cement, and we ran some new wiring. We got rid of some cheap equipment that was in the middle, from the previous management. And now we're like enterprise level,
That's
direct
awesome.
wired, connected, everything the way it should be.
So I feel good to get that done and get it right.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
wanted
way
it
you
done a
want
long
it,
time
right?
ago. Yeah, and then we got a new PC that we could swap out any day now with our streaming rig. Much more powerful.
That's awesome.
I'll tell you what. Let me get back to pool for reals. You
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
this 3-ball right now? I think if you can make it, even if you
7.
can spin a little bit.
Oh, I
like
see.
the 3
Yeah,
because otherwise it's a.
we've been
Okay.
seeing that over and over though.
You rearrange the furniture.
The
I don't mind
choices
that.
have not been optimal to running out.
Sometimes you just want to make a ball. You're
Right.
on the stream. You're under pressure. You're like, okay, and that's old school. Just keep making balls.
Well, if you're a little nervous, it's tough to sit in the chair and be like, yeah, just shoot this, because the nerves come to play and every shot's a little harder.
Ooh, I like that shot actually. 4, then you get 2-ball. You can get skinny outside on the 8.
Yeah, just short side off the 2, shoot the 8 in the upper right.
Yeah, I actually like to shoot a stop shot here to keep that angle on the 2 to come short side on the 8. Or you could go forward and play it the other way, but I like just a stop shot here. He got almost perfect on this 4, so he has choices.
Yeah, otherwise you're playing some kind of a rail first shot, and I mean that's tough to control.
Yeah, you don't know where you're gonna end up.
The big key here is so this is where I don't like to be. He's basically 50-yard line.
Right.
The big key is how is that 2-ball sitting in the hole? Because
It's not
if you
real
don't play
natural.
pool, you don't know how hard it is to get shape off of these balls. When I say every ball is a rail, these are the hardest rails actually to judge. And it looks easy because it's hanging like you can't miss. But if every ball is a rail, you can't miss anyways. So you don't even want it to be hanging like this. You want more angle to do what you want. Now he might even have to just super Shane draw this thing back to the short side of the 8.
I know it's tricky. Either that or you try to pop it with bottom right, and you know how that goes. I mean, you could end up in the side. You could end up
Scratch.
all the way down on the other side of the table. It's a very hard ball to control.
I'm telling you, I'm drawing this thing straight back as hard as I can. And if I come too hard, it might come 2 rails.
He
and I can shoot the
disagrees.
8 in the side.
Yeah.
This is danger. Oh, I like where this cue ball's going. He's gonna have a chance.
no, this is
He's
gonna
got
be a bank.
chance.
What?
Wow.
That
He
cue-
called the side. There's no way he can call the side.
That cue ball
Oh, it
went
goes.
wild.
I think it goes.
Maybe that's where he wanted the cue ball to go. That's why
No, he's calling. This goes dead in the side. He got perfect.
I don't think so. I think you got to bank this.
It's a tough shot.
I mean, it might be an optical illusion, but it looks like it's froze with a 14. Prove me wrong, Kenny.
Oh,
See, this is
Perfect.
why you got to get the 10K cameras. This is what I'm used to now.
Yeah, you need the 10. Well, it's the monitors. If you watch this on YouTube, it's crystal. These monitors, man.
see, that's the next upgrade in
Yes.
the budget. We're gonna
We need-
upgrade the monitors.
We need at least,
Sweet.
Sphere quality cameras, monitors, all of it.
all we need is 4 good monitors.
All right, we should probably go to Vegas though and shop. So we got to go back.
Put $20 in the
yeah.
$20 spin, get one line, and boom. That's enough to buy some Art Pro Asus monitors.
All right, Barry Chapman just said 300 in the middle. Is that so? This is the minimum bet for this match is 150 per person, right?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
All right. He's just asking for my thoughts, and this is a great topic that I can go on a rant for. But we
Well,
got
what is he
3-man booth,
asking?
I'll
Is he
keep-
asking-
I'll limit it. He's asking about this term because he knows me. This term in the middle,
Yeah.
all of the sudden came out of nowhere and became mainstream like in the last couple years.
Right. Sounds better than 150 a person.
It sounds awful.
I think it sounds better.
It's political correctness, and I'm against political correctness. You adding more syllables and muddying the waters. We don't even know what we're saying.
I
So
think
many
it
people-
comes from $300 on the light.
Oh, the 300 in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we can go into the origin story of where it comes from, but I'm saying it's a horrible thing. If you just say 150 a person, or you say what's the bet, they're betting 150. Now you say, but then somebody says, well, how much is in the middle?
Right.
And it's like, well, what do you mean? How much is in the middle?
It's obviously 150 times 2.
Times 2 is obvious.
But maybe it's more of a non-gambling term because this is a 2-person tournament. This isn't a bet. This isn't gambling. This is a challenge match.
So you like it? Let me ask you this.
I think
let's
it comes off a little
poll
better
to the chat room.
because-
Let's do a poll to the booth first off. Do you like this term in the middle? Yes or no?
300 in the middle is a little confusing to me. I think 150 a person sounds
It
better.
is. It confused me when I first
Yeah,
heard it
because
too.
because if you just say like 300 in the middle, that's really arbitrary. Like, okay, does the winner get 200?
Yeah.
And then
somebody
like
laying
does blah blah
odds?
blah get another? So it's really not very clear.
Yeah, you just don't know. I think it comes down to the fact that there's certain things that are acceptable on YouTube and there's certain things that aren't. So we try to stay away from anything that might be not. So maybe it is political correctness.
Sean says, I'm silly, Ray. We know both players put the same amount in. Well, you know that when you say 150 a person. But when you start saying in the middle, again, it muddies it. We don't, it's just less clear. I like to be precise.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ray.
I'm more of a numbers guy.
I
as
never
opposed to
agree with Ray.
words.
I agree with it. Does 300 in the middle is very arbitrary because you don't know if there's a payout for whoever doesn't win.
Yeah, is there added
I
money?
think it's common
Right.
sense.
There is common sense, but why do you have to even go to common sense and just say what it is?
Well, I think what it comes down to is like you ask the question once, like, what's 300 on the light? And you're like, well, players used to take money and they put it on the light. And then I think that turned into in the middle. And then, yes, it's possible that it is a little more confusing. But once someone says, well, it's 150 a person, 300 in the pot in the middle,
I don't know, Ray.
you never ask again.
Yeah, Ray, you're pretty popular. You've got somebody agreeing with you already.
Oh,
on
I
that
got
money.
somebody agreeing with me?
Yep,
Okay.
+1 with Ray.
Well,
Take that, Sean.
I think I agree with Sean. I agree with a little political correctness because
Why?
if YouTube decides to read their terms of service
Let's go to Rumble.
and they're like, you
time
can't
to
mention
rumble, baby."
alcohol and you can't do gambling and you know what I mean? It could be an issue.
I like Rumple Mints.
Do
You
Rumble
you,
Mints.
guys ready to rumble?
Rumble mints.
do you really like Rumblemans?
I agree with Sean.
There's a not today, but yeah.
Yeah, you do like it. Okay.
I had when I was in Vegas, I was sponsored by Tito's and water with a lemon. And, but I'm always ready to rumple.
Yeah. Did you just go solo, Ray?
No, my best friend JP came with me. He's
Okay.
a gambler. And my buddy actually drove in from Florida. I told him I was going out too, and he.
Whoa.
So I was crewed up. My brother lives there. I had it was like kind of like that movie The Hangover,
Oh, but in real life.
pretty much.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You had a friend drive all the way from Florida?
Unbelievably.
Mr.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie.
You know Eddie, yeah, he hung out here for
Oh.
he's a caddy and an Uber driver, and he's just in the middle of an off season. He's waiting to
He's tied in, man. He's in Atlantic City, Vegas. He's at the U.S. Open. He's everywhere, man.
he's about to start caddying in Miami. But it doesn't start for like 2 more weeks. And so he's like, I told him I was going to Vegas. He's like, really? Right now? Yeah.
He's
Okay.
going to be in Miami in like the early, during New Year's.
Oh, yeah, the whole season, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm going to be around there.
Hit him up. He's
He'd be like,
he's
where do we
blast to
go?
hang
What do
out
we
with.
do? And he'll know.
Yep.
And if he's an Uber driver, he can drive us around too.
Yes, sir.
Well, he likes to drive, so that's a long hike from Florida.
I mean,
I can't believe he did it.
I know that
You shouldn't believe me unless you know Eddie. Part of you should not believe me.
he seems like a nice guy. I would agree with Eddie much more than you, Ray. I don't know. I just have that
He's a
feeling.
great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You know what?
Where's
Every
this
time
ball
you want
going?
to disagree with me, Chris, here's what you do. You pull out the supercomputer that everyone has in their pocket. I saw you lost your phone, by the way.
Yeah, it's sitting next to you, isn't it?
Fong has it. We were trying to figure out whose phone.
Oh,
it was.
okay.
It got returned to Lost and Found. I don't know where it was.
What?
But
Can't leave a phone around no more, huh?
no, it got returned.
Okay.
Um,
Where do you got it?
But
Oh,
next
he's got
time
it
we
on. I
disagree-
see it now.
next
Yeah.
time you disagree with me, here's what you do. And I strongly encourage people, anytime I speak, just go to Google, because I say a lot of stuff that's unbelievable. And then you Google it and you're like, wow, that's true. But more importantly than noticing what I just said was true, notice the pattern.
So much better.
What's going on? What's going on?
Did
Did I get muted?
What?
Oh,
no,
wait,
we've been
huh?
listening to you the whole time.
Yeah, real good. That makes sense.
Did I get
We
muted?
agree.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
I
gotcha.
do agree
Let
with
Ray
you
speak.
now. I do.
Let Ray speak. Chat room, stand up. Do you want me to talk? Or do you want to hear Chris politically correct his way out of every...
Well,
my
being
God.
that we've got banned from every Facebook account and page we've ever created, we're doing something wrong according to society.
You got to embrace the ban.
Embrace it. Well, I don't know. What's the next one? Twitch, I guess, now is improving their game. They're allowing simultaneous streams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so now
Okay.
you can stream on multiple. They actually had something in their terms of service that if you're streaming on YouTube, you can't simultaneously stream on Twitch.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
anyone listened.
That's like anybody really. Did you
Yeah,
ever find out
Sean.
if you guys can stream on Facebook as well as
We
YouTube?
can.
That-
Yeah. The issue is the page is managed by me, but the account that the page is under has been banned for the second time.
Why did they ban?
They don't tell you. And there's no one to talk to.
Oh, I think we had a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's very very stressful when you're trying to build a social media presence, and you get like bot banned.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Oh, it's a-
Ken Massey's with me. He said +1 with Ray. And Sean's still hanging on. Chat room, she says, in the middle is less syllables. I like less syllables.
yeah,
But in the middle is not compared to the real comparison when people say is they say, hey, what's the bet? And you say 300 each. So each versus in the middle. That's
Well,
3 to 1.
I think it's a lot of those pro matches pulling this stuff off too. They're like 50,000 in the middle, and like neither player actually has to put any of their own money up. Nobody knows where the money's
no
coming
pro says in
from.
the middle. I challenge you to find a pro that says that term. That is an amateur
Well, I haven't
term.
been looking for a
It's
while, but
politically
those
correct,
those
and I am
challenge pay-per-view
against it.
matches, they're out there. I don't have my phone, but I'm sure I could find one if I go.
Efron Reyes.
Yeah, like you know,
No.
you get like Shane playing Carlos Beato or
None
something,
of
race to
them. I know
100,
I've played them for money. None of them say in the middle.
$50,000 in the middle.
Wait, you've played SVB, right?
Gamble with them even,
Really?
and he didn't like it because he wanted to bet more.
I bet you he turned off his hearing aid so he didn't have to listen to him.
How
Guaranteed.
many times have you played him?
I've played Shane about 5 times, maybe.
Really? Wow.
That is awesome.
I've never played him.
And,
I've
he's-
seen him in the room once live.
He's amazing. He's my favorite player, and he has been for a long time. I've never beaten him, and I've never come close. He's basically pounded me into the ground, swatted me like a gnat every single time, and a couple of those times I played real good too.
He was the number one player for what, a good 10, 15 years. He's slipping on the chart a little bit for some of the younger players, but he's still like top 5. I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at.
Oh, did you guys do 8-ball? Or-
So the best way to you gamble with anybody, I think, is when you have a tournament coming up, or they have a tournament coming up. Challenge a great player and say, "I want to play you just like the tournament." And so when I gambled with Shane Even, there was a tournament coming up. It was 9-ball race to 6 winter break, and I just said, "Can we play tournament sets?" It was called the Andy Mercer Memorial. I said, "Can we play Mercer sets? What's the cheapest we can play for?" And that's my favorite question. Ask anybody. Ask me. You usually get an answer that you're happy with and they're happy with, obviously, because they're answering it. And he said $50, but we got to play 4 sets. And I said, done. Challenge accepted. And, and then he said, I can put anyone in the box I want.
Really?
And when he says anyone, like this is when I was in Vegas. I have some pro friends, and people are like, "Oh, who are you gonna put in? Who are you gonna put in?" Max Eberle and Teddy and Vilma, and I'm like, but I'm putting myself in. And I loved every minute of it. He beat me down, and man, it was
Well,
great.
I mean, as he should. How long ago was
I thought I
that?
was supposed to get one of those sets. We played 4. That was 10 years ago. That was the first time. That was the first time I ever played him. Right at the beginning of his Apex Alpha Prime.
And yeah, Sean got the joke. Yeah. So I think honestly, you go out there, you put yourself out there, Ray. You play in those open tournaments. You travel to Vegas, Atlantic City. Maybe the Michigan Open, that kind of stuff. And you don't just play the amateur event. You play in the pro event. So you're, and it depends on how it's seeded, but typically, if you're just getting started, you end up playing some of those really big name players first because it's like the best player plays the worst. And then now I would think because your Fargo's up there now, you probably don't first round play some of the top 10s, right?
I don't like seeded tournaments, so I usually try to avoid them.
Oh, okay. Because then,
Kinda like that
it's
tournament
tough,
in the
right?
middle.
I mean, you're playing the hardest player first almost.
No, because I prefer random. I think random is more fair. I don't think
it's not fair for the pros, though.
I disagree strongly. Let's hear your case. Right?
Well,
How
because
is it anything more
they're trying to
fair
make
than
a
random?
living off of it, right? So they want to get to it's better ratings if the best players get to the final 16.
Okay, so I said fair, and now you change it the goalpost to better ratings.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's not fair for the lower rated player. Fine, I give you that.
Hold on. You're making
seeded.
the case that random is not fair?
No, random is probably just a sloppy way to do it. It's just like college basketball. They wouldn't randomly, draw the brackets.
They don't, but that's not fair. To me, it's not fair.
Sure, but there's some upsets, right?
That one, what's that?
There's some upsets. It's a good way to make a name for yourself. I don't know if I can say fair or not fair. I agree with you that seeded tournaments would not be fair for me because I'd probably play Federer Gorse first, right? Which would be like, okay, I'm already on the way out the door.
See, when you start framing it like fair for me, it's fair for everyone. Fair is for everyone.
Well, it's more fair for
What's
the
more
higher
fair than
level
random?
players. So,
What's more fair than random?
I think the higher rated players probably get mad because they got to play the harder players up front. They're not on a TV table. They get knocked out of the tournament more. And then you get some no name in the finals. And that's not good for ratings.
So me and you should have to play these super high guys and get knocked out and have no chance to
I
ever cash?
agree. Unfair for maybe me, maybe not so much you because you're like a 650 or something, right?
It's unfair for both of us. It's rigged. Unless it's random, it's rigged. That's unfair.
Yeah. So you're saying college basketball's rigged?
It's seeded. Yeah, it's not fair. It's not a fair. It's not like a. But to enter that tournament, you have to qualify. It's different. It's not like everyone puts up the same amount of money. Everyone puts up $200 to get in.
Right.
That's what the tournaments I'm talking about that I don't like.
It probably comes down to the sponsors, right? They want to see the most sponsors in the finals as possible.
Oh yeah, there's lots of reasons.
Yeah,
for not
I
being
get you.
fair,
I'm
but
not disagreeing with you on this one, Ray.
You started out that way, and I had to.
Well,
I had to-
because I understand good TV. If that's even a
yeah,
term
I don't-
anymore.
I don't understand that. You're right.
You forgot the most important part of the beginning of that conversation. Remember what Ray said when you disagree with him? You're supposed to Google
it first.
Where
yeah.
was it? I didn't
well, my
see
phone's
you.
been over by phone.
Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
see you
Yeah,
looking that
you're
up.
right.
See, I understood the assignment.
And then not only
still
notice that
disagree
you were
with him.
wrong, not only notice that your disagreement was wrong, but notice the pattern. You're like, oh wow.
I don't know. I mean, you're basically
Groundhog
saying that
Day.
Matchroom is doing it wrong, and I got to give you a 50-50 on this one. Can't agree with you fully. Can't disagree with you fully.
I don't basically say anything. I say something,
Yeah.
and I'm saying there's nothing more fair than random.
Well, you could always practice, build up your ranking, and then you would end up playing a more average player in the first round.
I want to play Shane.
Oh, well then
I'm
sandbag.
not saying I
Become
want,
a 400.
I
You'll
want-
play a first round. You'll probably get Federer. I think who's number one right now? Is it Federer? And then
depends
filler?
what depends what ratings you're looking at.
Fargo typically is.
Pro tournaments don't use Fargo.
But they're very close, right? Don't the Matchroom events, they're going off of money won?
All the
Is that
ratings
how
are
they're
kind
ra-
of close. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
there's something other than Fargo?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Matchroom has their own rankings.
Oh, okay. I did not know
Fargo-
that.
Maybe you can explain that. What do they use?
They said
Let me get back. We're on like tangents of tangents here. I want to talk about Michelle and Kenny.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Kenny did win the last one, and he's got 2 more to go to win this match.
This is okay. What do you think about this shot here? You got a little long.
It's a tough
How
shot.
you hitting this ball? What are you trying to do? You trying to roll this? Or are you trying to hit this with low? Are you playing a little 2 ways, making sure? Michelle
I'd hit it
gets
with a
shot?
little bottom left.
To get it back out towards the middle and then to put the 8-ball.
It's a touchy shot
corner.
though. Like if you
Yeah.
don't hit it right, then you're selling out.
It's got a long way to go on the 6.
I'm rolling this ball in with just straight top. Did he just wave off and call a safe?
Well, I mean, rolling it, you probably bump the 8, right? So I don't mind that. Plus, you leave Michelle a tough
There's
shot
no good safe here.
right there.
He did.
Boom. Did he leave a window? Is there a window for a bank? I can't tell.
So that is
Mm.
a safe, but I wouldn't say that's a good safe because one, Michelle kicks,
take a look
bank's
at-
great.
Nope, it's closed up.
If you hit this ball, it's a pretty good chance it's going, and you're not going to leave a shot coming. I can't believe he didn't take that shot.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought for sure he was going to go for that 6.
Well, he's had troubles closing out, so maybe that's his way of maybe slowing these tables. They're getting a little worn in, so any ball movement out along the rail kind of leaves like a little bit of a ridge.
Oh.
So it rocked, but it didn't hit the rail.
It
It's an illusion.
It
Yeah.
rocked, but it didn't roll.
Right. It rocked, but didn't roll.
Rock with you.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So what is she doing with the 8? Oh, she
She's
played it.
gonna put it in the
Yeah.
corner. Yeah.
Now, under pressure, these shots can be a little deceiving.
Yeah. This is not an easy cut, is it?
Under pressure.
Is there a chance of a scratch here on the?
Well, there's a chance of a 2-way.
Fong would scratch on this shot, I think.
Nice cut.
Whoa, nice shot. 5-5.
Look at that. Keeping it close.
And we are on our way to Hill. Nice shot there by Michelle.
So my favorite shot in the game is the break shot. How do you guys who's breaking better right now?
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay.
I think Michelle's breaking better overall. She's got better control after the break.
I like this view too. You get kind of
It's the
right
pressure shot.
after somebody lost. You get to see them steam a little bit, see if they're recovered or not, and then you get somebody racking and seeing how much attention they're paying to not dead rack themselves.
A little bit of conversation back and forth, and then now he's back to being pissed off that he screwed up the safe.
He's really wishing he would hit that
Yeah.
6 and not to play the save. Yeah. Yeah, real cool. They did a great job setting up these cameras. Or you guys set them up, or did the company set them up?
Oh, we do all of it.
You
They
did
just
all of it.
remoted in and
Oh, okay.
tweaked the setting, and then I undid it and did it better.
Yeah.
I can't accept anything. But we do have to do some color matching, admit to that.
So she's doing head ball smash from the side.
She puts a lot of power into it.
That's a break that is famous to me, anyways, by Roberto Gomez, aka Superman.
He's awesome. Really good fundamentals.
Unbelievable player. My dad saw him once beat me down in a tournament, and then just didn't stop talking about him for a while. Especially his break, and that was the best part.
Was that a seeded tournament as well?
If it was, you wouldn't see me in it, or you likely would not see me in it. No, I don't. I try to not support things I don't believe in with my spending dollar.
Smart.
Are you going to play in the Michigan Open this year? Or what is it going to be next year? I'm going to go to that one. I've made it a goal because it's so close. I think the Wisconsin Open's like, what, a 2-hour drive from here? Somewhere in the middle of Wisconsin. I mean, I got to go. When else am I going to see all these pros playing? Plus, Ray's going to be playing in the amateur event and the pro event at the same time.
Oh,
So-
the BCA in you mean the
Yeah.
Ho Chunk?
Yep.
So also I'm the two-time reigning defending heavyweight state champion in 8-ball at that tournament.
One thing you did do was piss off all the refs. I do remember that.
Well, how did he do that?
Oh wait, before I forget. So you're talking about random.
I'll let him bring it up.
Oh,
If he-
go ahead, Ray.
Before we get too far in the weeds here, the Mad Apple is about to have, I just saw the flyer, this Wednesday, chat room, everybody, even if you're not chatting, come up here Wednesday. We had maybe my favorite tournament that I've ever had in here, at least top 3. It was a random draw. You know how much I like random. Random draw, Scotch doubles, Wednesday night, $15 entry tournament. The day before Thanksgiving, biggest drinking day of the year. Everyone's just laughing, having fun. It's almost like no pressure pool, except now you're playing Scotch doubles, which is the most pressure pool. And last year, me and Chris G were the champions.
we did all right.
Really?
We won the tournament against all odds. We had wow. When they did the random draw, if I could have picked, there was about 150 people here. If I could have picked
It wouldn't have been me.
149 people to handcuff myself to and have to think how they think and they have to think how I think, I would have picked Chris G. You were my number 1 pick, Chris.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Aw. There were 150 people here last year for that tournament.
Felt like it.
Oh wow.
It was. I would say the biggest tournament this place has ever held.
Yeah, it's funny. It's crazy that you mentioned something. I had mentioned that earlier too on the stream, and I thought that was really cool. I think we're gonna bring Damon down on Wednesday for that one. So
Please do, and please get in yourself.
I might.
I think you did
I
mention,
might.
Dan, that you were going to play.
I think I'm gonna.
This is the ultimate tournament where, first off, be here. Second, you're gonna notice like how much fun there is. It's just I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe I just saw the flyer last night. I was at work.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of a last second thought, right? I just started
Last year
seeing
it was,
the flyer
yeah. This
kind of
flyer.
pop up.
I just saw it a couple days ago.
Right.
Or maybe it was just yesterday. Actually, I'm not sure when Kendall had posted it.
Yeah,
but
hats off to whoever came up with it, assuming Kendall, maybe Fong.
I think it's a cool idea. I like it.
And ever since then, I think Chris won some other state championship right after that. He's been the most improved player ever since then. I'm going to take all the credit for that.
Lucky G.
Yeah, Lucky G. The only way I win is by getting lucky, according to Siri.
Make sure you Google it though.
Yeah, Google
Google
it
it
first.
first,
So.
and then
I don't know. Don't Google Lucky G. That's probably who knows what. Hey, nice shot there
Yeah.
by Michelle.
And what's cool about that day, that time for that tournament too, is like unless you've got to get up early to travel for Thanksgiving, like
Oh,
really,
you get-
you don't have like you can still sleep in, and even if you have a family thing later in the day, you still have plenty of time to get ready for it. So that's kind of cool.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm going
Yeah.
to show up.
Yeah.
This is
Most of the
interesting
league
shot,
players are going to
Chris.
show up.
Oh no.
Oh. All right. So Kenny with an opportunity here in a 5-5 race to 7. See if he can capitalize.
I love like Kenny's vibe right now, like his energy.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't mess around, man.
Like even sitting in the chair, he's staring at the table. He's just looking at like what's the key ball, the key ball. I get an opportunity, whether they're running out or not. Like he has. It's hard to. It's like the the theater that's hard to talk about. It's like there's just something there. Like okay, so now as opposed to Michelle, she's kind of looking away. Like you just missed a shot, so you get 30 seconds to steam off a little bit. But after that, you gotta shake your shoulders and slap yourself and get back into war mode and think, how am I running out if I get a chance? Yeah, my chances aren't good, but I gotta stare at this table.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a
Figure
lot
this
of
out.
emotion in pool. I think everybody who's with us probably understands that. But if there's some new people watching, it's not just knock balls in. I mean, when you miss, you're so hard on yourself. I mean, there's just you gotta have a short memory, which is hard to do. I'll carry a missed shot and a loss of a match for like a week.
Really?
I mean,
You're
well,
dreaming about it?
Oh, sometimes I'm sure. It's like, man, all I had to do was just execute this, which I can do like 10 times after,
Mm-hmm.
and you miss it an opportune moment, and you hold on to that, and it really does affect your game. It's
Yeah.
a lot of psychology in pool.
Oh.
Like that shot right there, you know, I don't think he's going to get punished too hard because of that, because the 10 ball,
Yeah, the
You know,
temple's
is
almost
blocked
frozen.
now.
Yep.
the 9 ball, and the 8 ball are locked. Not a real good shot on the 8,
So he was trying to break the 8 there. That's
which made that shot tougher.
made the shot tough.
Yep.
He's got ball in hand, but the breakout was not like a natural angle or anything. And I mean, that 9-8 is just a problem, period. So I
Oh.
don't see anybody really running out from anywhere right now until that 9-8 is solved. And there's no breakout balls nearby.
When I think they've learned their lesson. Well, I know Kenny has. You know, he has been making a lot of his pawns with clusters still on the table. And then what do? Well, now there's a lot of safes being played on him. It's not very.
He's
not
going for the
very
breakout
fun.
right now.
Oh,
Just missed it.
yeah,
That was a good swing.
that would have been it. Once that 8 ball opens up, there's no stopping you.
So he's going for the 1 first?
I'm playing the 1 on
The
the
one,
side
yep.
and sending the 6 to go crash that 8-9. I'm hitting
Yeah.
this ball pretty hard because you can even crash it off of 1 rail.
I mean, you're taking some chances here, right? You're gambling with this shot. This isn't a shot you can guarantee is going to work. You know, 6 into the 8,
Oh.
which is why I think Kenny maybe laid up again.
He
You
was
know,
trying to get perfect angle on that 7 for the breakout. The whole thing's the breakout on the 8 now.
right?
Like, what are you going to do there? Or are you going to have to bank the 8?
It's down to the wire. No one's going to break it up and hand you the game.
So, Ray, you would hit that harder to try to break that out off that 1?
I would have blasted that ball.
Yeah.
Sent the 6 flying into the 9-8.
Into the 9-8.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you miss it and it comes skinny, it goes 1 rail and back into the 9-8. Like, whatever you do, you can't not break that out.
That was really a nice cue ball control there. But I don't
She got a little close.
little close.
Not
but
happy with so she's changing it up, but I think at this point I'm playing it safe. I'm tapping the 13 very soft, and I'm just going to leave the cue ball behind it.
I thought she was going to
She's
shoot
running
the,
out. She called the bank. She said, I'm out.
Oh,
I don't care
look
what
at
what,
that.
I'm
She's
out.
a bank pool player.
She got to spin this, I think. Or maybe not.
Might be a gap there.
Just don't foul.
Oh,
Oh.
hit the 1.
I thought she was going to hit the 14 first on that last shot.
All right, how
Yeah.
you break?
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a question. How you breaking this 8 right now? You got ball in hand.
Yeah,
How
you got
doing?
ball in hand.
Off the 1? Start with the 1? Or
Does the 6 go by into the corner?
Well, we could look at the overhead just
think
to
it's-
take a peek at it and see.
Look, it's shooting right at you guys. Yeah, it looks like it goes from the overhead. So I like playing the 6 in the corner just past that 9 ball and playing forward. Playing forward and just putting straight top and trying to bump that 8-9.
I mean, I don't mind this, but you're getting away from the 1, which might be your bailout ball. Okay, he's changing his mind. So which shot are you shooting first, Ray?
I'm shooting the 6 in the corner,
6 in the corner.
right at you guys in the booth, straight at you.
Yeah, upper right.
And I'm just putting straight top on this ball and trying to bump the 9.
And then at that point, I mean, you got to cut the 7 in the side then, right? I mean,
Yeah, I have the 7 ball no matter what. If I go that way,
I don't mind that.
it's not. You could play. I also kind of like the 7 ball in the far side from where it is and playing top, because then you got the 6, but that only looks like half a pocket. 6 ball past the 1.
I don't know. We've got a good one here going this afternoon. 25 people viewing. Mike Lemire coming in again. What's up, guys? What's up, Mike?
Mike Lemire.
Here.
Got Andrew Bundy, #1 fan, always sharing, always liking. Pete Besta, thank you.
That's awesome. We got
Barry
a lot of love.
loves handicap BCA tournaments.
BCA, yeah. So 2 years ago, it was not handicapped. It was the master division was a true master division. I know Barry and I know his rant. I'll do half of it right now. Last year they turned it into a handicap. The top division to win that tournament, I was giving up weight. all the good players were giving up weight. And Barry Chapman's not a fan of that. He can rant about that, and I'm not a fan either. I can live with it, but I'm less of a fan of these non-random draw tournaments. So here we go. He's chosen 7 in the corner. Going forward, gotta hit this ball breakout. If you don't, it's suicide. Okay, he hit it.
I still didn't like where the cue ball may have ended up off that shot.
I feel like there's more work now than what if you would have taken the 6 first, correct?
Well, I mean, he did get what he wanted accomplished. If he rolls the 6 in, he's probably out.
You make this ball, you win.
Right.
This is a do or die. You miss this ball, you lose.
Mhm.
That's a lot of pressure. 7-foot shot, about an inch off the rail. He's jacked up a little. Uh-oh, cue ball's flying all over the pool room. That's going to affect it.
Oh,
And he didn't get it.
I heard that cue ball. It hit like the stands, like that aluminum sound,
Yeah.
like extra loud.
It was right
was
next
that,
to him.
that was John Lewis, wasn't it?
Yeah. He should have got up
boy.
on that.
He must have a pro break.
The viewers at home probably couldn't hear that. But that must have been a slight
It was
distraction.
like the bozo, like the gong, like comically loud.
It
right
was.
in his backstroke.
Mm,
It was loud in
shot.
here.
yeah. it was. Dong.
So what he should have done was maybe got up off the shot because
That was the sound.
I
That was
guarantee he heard that. Guaranteed.
Oh man,
I mean, you heard it in the back room.
that was a nice shot by Michelle.
Yeah,
long way to go. She got it in there, and pretty good position on the 10.
Yeah, I mean, you could just use maybe a quarter tip of inside or even
Yeah.
just top, come out for the 8.
Yeah,
or low and come the other side.
yeah,
Whichever one you like.
yeah.
I don't like coming around it. I like what she did there. I mean, obviously, this isn't a
Don't
The
scratch
worst
on the
shot in the
side
world.
like Fong. Put something on this cue ball.
There we go.
Look at that.
Rolls it
And-
in.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh, no.
Hold on. The
Stop.
phone.
Did it go in?
You got to watch the overhead. She was blocking it.
Oh.
She was blocking it.
Ooh. So, Michelle on the hill here.
Fong a shout out. Fong just walked in the back and said, "Don't scratch in the side like Fong." Right when he didn't know, I didn't know he was walking up on me, and she tried.
She's
She had
happy.
just enough speed to put in there.
Kenny's shaking his head. He can't believe what's going on here. This is just a nightmare for him.
I'm up. So I gotta go. Dang it!
It's
I
always
know
a
this is going
pleasure to.
downhill anyways.
It's always a pleasure to have you back there. It's so cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Adds another dynamic. Again,
Yeah.
Ray South. Well, what do you like to be called?
South Strip.
I mean, the nickname that stuck. I think you coined it, Chris. You gave it to me, the People's Champ. I never say it, but it's what everyone calls
The
me.
People's Champ, Ray South Strip, Skinnendor.
And welcome back to Wisconsin. It's awesome to have you back here. Glad you had a great time in Vegas.
Thank you.
You bet you bet.
I'm gonna run to my game, and I really hope for a hill because Kenny, both of these players, I love their body language. Sometimes you can see like somebody sulking, like they got Jay Cutler body language. That's what I said about Chad Goss once on the stream, and he was not-
Jay
he was not
Cutler
very
body
happy.
language. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
But,
try to stay focused. They're not throwing their cues around. They're doing what they got to do. And we'll probably see Ray later for the Knights match. He's going to be here, hopefully winning the Sunday Weekly, so you'll be around all day.
Both these players right now have the eye of the tiger, and I want them on my team. I will walk into a brick wall with them on my back.
100%.
Right here, right now. I can just see it's just an aura. It's just they're standing up straight with their shoulders back, and they're ready to tell the truth.
Michelle looks really focused here.
What's stronger than that?
I mean, yeah.
Well, she knows. She can smell blood in the water, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's looking real precise here on this rack so far. And the balls are pretty well scattered. The only ball she has looks like is that 10 on the 1.
And the 10 goes in the side, I think. I mean, who knows if I'm wrong again on that. It's hard to tell if they're frozen.
I don't think they're touching. So close, though. Look at that cut. Look at that beautiful shot.
Oh,
Uses
God.
the 2 as the bumper.
Look at that. Worked out nice. I think 9 ball now is the obvious choice. maybe draw back a little bit. Take your chances on the 13 or the 10 afterwards.
Can you feel the excitement?
I mean, you know how a player sometimes, it's like they just want to end it. They're tired of doing the back and forth. They're just, let's do it.
I feel like she's on another level right now where she's just super focused.
Look at that. I mean, come on. Now she can roll up for the hit. That's going to be a break and run.
Hey, don't jinx her, but very good chance of break and run here.
I'm not
Michelle.
jinxing nobody.
I know. I'm just saying. You never know. May the lucky G be with her. Look at this position on the 8 too. It looks like she's out here. Lucky G.
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one.
And is that going to be for 300 in the middle? It is. Michelle Nevel.
Got her done.
Woo, where are the Jesters?
Got her done.
Wow.
Kenny comes with the fast handshake. No hard feelings. Marks her score for her.
Look at that. What a gentleman. Look at that. Even marks it up for her. Yeah, good.
I mean, he's not happy, deep down, but he's not mad at the opponent. So,
yeah, real good match there. Michelle really picked up momentum there and just took off with it.
Yeah. Congratulations to Michelle. She's the new Jester. That means she'll be here not next week because we have that week off for Thanksgiving, but the week after.
Okay. Are you guys still doing the Sunday mini next Sunday?
Oh, yeah. The minis always go on.
Okay, but the streaming tables are off next Sunday?
Yeah, we're not streaming Sunday, next Sunday, which is
due to the Thanksgiving holiday.
If we look at the calendar quick, so the 26th, there will be no stream. That's next Sunday.
Okay.
And then the 3rd will be back.
Okay, so not next Sunday.
Not next Sunday, correct.
So just think, right after the holiday, we're just taking that Sunday off.
And we might stream the Blind Scotch Double on Wednesday.
Ooh, that's going to be fun.
The 22nd, right? Because at least get the semifinals, the hot seat match, maybe the finals. I mean, that'll be fun. See who gets lined up, see who ends up in the last 3.
Yeah, use those cameras, man.
We're going to.
Get them going. So
if I'm here, I'm streaming. So.
Well, thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. Looks like we had a lot of engagement in the chat room, which was cool, and we had a 250 viewers. So that's awesome. It's great.
So our next match is in about a half hour. We'll start the stream a little bit early. It's going to be the Knights match, and I don't have my phone, so I don't even know who's playing. But my brain just doesn't work anymore. But we'll see you soon. So subscribe to the open stream. Hit up the Mad Apple Extreme and subscribe to that YouTube channel as well. And we'll see you shortly.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dan, for helping.
You are more than welcome. It was a great time. Great to be back.
All right. Appreciate it. we're going to go ahead and restart the stream for the night's match. That's going to be Kelly Nickel versus Derek Schwartz. Kelly picked 8 ball, raced to 10, so that'll be pretty exciting. This will be Derek's second at bat as the current knight. So about 30 seconds, 1 minute, the stream will repop up on the open stream channel. Thanks, everyone.